Hello everyone, today I'm going to try to recreate a recipe I saw on Worth It from BuzzFeed video, a really popular and fun channel. I saw them try out this expensive version of a carrot where it was essentially like a carrot steak. Now this is just going to be me attempting to recreate this because it looked fun and I'll tell you what happened along the way. Started out by mandolining some carrots, which is much more difficult than it sounded. I was struggling to get these, as you can see, mandolined evenly. I eventually was able to get a few solid slices. But of course I used the guard because I feel like you could cut your fingers really easily doing this. I put them all out into a dish and I salted them and let them sit to let the water come out of them for 15 minutes. Now I'm going to make a hollandaise sauce. I have some eggs I whisked up here that I'm going to put over a pot of boiling water and whisk continually so that these cook. To that, I'm going to add a little bit of melted butter while continually whisking to make sure that the mixture becomes emulsified. And then this is some lemon juice. The trick here is you want to cook the eggs, but you don't want them to become scrambled eggs. You want a nice smooth sauce. And then I added in some cayenne pepper. And when that's done, just set that to the side until ready to serve. Okay, now here's where I'm going to try to make the carrot steaks. So I took the carrot ribbons and I'm laying them out in a pattern that I thought would work well. If I ever did this again, I would make this a little different. This way, it made them slightly too tall. I would make them a little bit thinner so that when I rolled them up, they'd be slightly more flat. But this is what I did. It was my first time. So you have all of your little ribbons there, and then you roll them up to create your fake carrot steak. And you'll see what I mean. When I get these rolled up, I could immediately tell that they were too tall, but I didn't want to redo them, so I just went with it. Once they were all rolled up, I tied them with some twine to help them stay together. And then I got some butter warm in a skillet. And very carefully added my carrot steaks. So now you can probably see better that these would have worked out much nicer if they had been shorter. But I mean, they are still pretty. They were just more difficult to work with because they were so tall. And while they're cooking, I basted them with butter. I let them go on this side for about 10 minutes on a medium-low heat, basting often. Then I added in some thyme, fresh thyme, and some garlic cloves, just to flavor that butter. Then I flipped them over, social distancing. I had to set them against the sides of the skillet or else they were going to topple over, so that's why they're so far apart. Again, would have been much better if they were shorter. Really pretty layers though. So I ended up setting them on their sides to cook longer because I felt like they weren't getting fully cooked. So I ended up cooking them even longer this way. Then I plated up some asparagus and my prepared hollandaise sauce. And placed my carrot steak right on top of that. And I also prepared some tilapia to go with this as the protein. And then I chopped up some pistachios. So all in all, this was really fun. It was a cool experiment to see if I could do it. But again, if I ever did it again, I would make them differently. I would make them shorter and I would actually cook them longer. My boyfriend said he liked the doneness, but I thought they were a little too al dente. I would definitely cook them longer, but it was fun to try and do. It felt pretty fancy and the flavors were awesome. I really enjoyed them with the hollandaise and the pistachios, and even with the asparagus. I thought it all worked really well together. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.